Alright, real quick interruption for Patreon shoutouts. $5 tier gets you a bullet dedicated to the individual. Rick, I have not forgotten about you, I just have not gotten to the range yet. This right here is a 124 grain hollow point. We're going to see what that does, probably against some fruit. So that right there is your bullet, bud. Also some quick shoutouts to some $1 tiers, Nico Ghost and Matt Stroger. I appreciate you guys. I would literally not be able to do what it is that I'm doing without the support of my audience. So thanks for strapping on, and let's go ahead and continue the video. Hello there, people of the internet. This is a little collaboration video I'm doing with a couple of other YouTubers. Basically, just because we talked about it before and never moved on it, and we were just like, hey, let's go ahead and take some time to move on this. So the other YouTubers in the collaboration, I will have links to all their channels down in the description below. You can go have a look at every single one of them. They are Arasaka Type 99, Joe Morgan, and Geary Gunderson. So far for those are three that I've done collaborations before, but we also got some new people that we're going to be looking at. Military or Mississippi Milsurps and Movie Maker 225. Both their channels I actually really like, so go ahead and go check out their stuff. Like I said, links for everybody will be in the description. So whenever it comes to our little cryptid hunting video or cryptid defense video, there's no real hard set rules with it, as there is not really any real hard set rules with basically any of our collab videos that we do. The idea is that we pick some cryptids and then we pick what it is that we would go after them or use to defend ourselves with them. And there's a lot of different options out there for what it is that I have, but I think that one of the best things I could do is pick one firearm to handle basically as many of those bastards as I can. So I would probably end up going with just your standard run-of-the-mill 12-gauge shotgun, simply because, or even something like a 10-gauge if I could find a pump action or some sort of multi-repeating shotgun in 10-gauge. But the idea with the shotgun is that, well, the platform it is that you're firing at, whatever it is that you're firing at, is not nearly as important as what it is that you're actually shooting at them, especially if we're talking about a cryptid. And whenever I say cryptid, I'm basically just talking about like monsters and whatnot, like your stereotypical monsters, werewolves, vampires, Bigfoot, etc., etc. So what it is that you're actually shooting at them matters a lot more than what it is that you're actually using to shoot them. And I would definitely go with a shotgun, simply because the idea of loading one of these up with some sort of random miscellaneous assortment of whatever it is that I need, like let's say I'm going after a werewolf, I could load one of these shotgun shells up with pieces of silverware. I'm pretty sure that you use silver against a werewolf if memory serves me correctly. But I don't need to like have a bullet mold and melt things down to exact specifications. I could literally just like take a bench grinder and break up a bunch of silverware and load it into a shotgun shell and fire that down at whatever it is that I'm shooting at. Or I could make myself like a wood slug that is maybe a combination of like, or maybe have you guys seen those? Actually, I got a video up on the YouTube channel. Those AccuTip rounds where it's like a bonded copper round that has like a plastic spike on it that it just, you know, it uses that to increase aerodynamic capabilities. I could do something like that with a shotgun slug, but instead of a plastic spike, have it be a wood spike, and then I could use that against, say, vampires, assuming that, you know, wood in the heart actually takes down a vampire. So whenever it comes to hitting one of these things, if you have a full-powered rifle, like let's say I had something in 30-06, if I had that full-powered rifle and I hit, I don't know, a werewolf with a silver bullet, that silver bullet's just going to pass right through that bastard, and who knows if that's going to actually take him out. However, if I load one of these up with a bunch of random bits of silver, then that silver hitting that bastard, that silver is probably going to stay inside of him. Whenever it comes to cryptids, most of them are set up to where they have to be right on top of you in order to actually do any sort of real damage to you. A lot of them don't have any real capabilities for projectiles, or at least yeah, we're going to go ahead and say that. A lot of them don't have any real capabilities for long-range precision attacking targets, with lack of better terminology here, or at least not long range enough to where they won't be within effective range of a shotgun. So with that mindset and with the versatility of the shotgun shells that I would be using in these particular situations, if I was going to pick one to handle as many things as possible, I would probably go with something like this. I got Bigfoot coming at me. Guess what? Let's see how Bigfoot handles 7 or 8 slugs from a shotgun, especially if I get myself like some solid copper slugs that penetrate nice and deep. Good luck, Bigfoot. If I've got, I don't know, something that can fly coming at me, I got birdshot. If I got something that's, I don't know, like insert your choice of cryptid here that's like the size of medium game, let's see how a bunch of point-blank buckshot handle that thing. Or if I got to load these buckshot with a particular kind of material, like be it silver or gold or wood or whatever it is, I could load one of these with some sawdust, turn it into a cut shell, and then I got myself a sawdust slug going down at whatever it is I'm trying to take out. The point is that these shotgun shells I could just load up with whatever it is that I need to have them loaded up with in order to take out whatever it is that I'm going across. Even if I come up against like ghosts or something, I could take some shot shells or some salt shot shells, and I could use that salt to stop those bastards from coming at me. I like the idea. And whenever it comes to handling as many things as possible, this is probably going to be the best option, especially if whatever's coming at me has to be right on top of me. Even if it is something that, like, can't be killed, if it's immortal, right? Well, even if it is immortal, let's see how effective it is at killing me whenever I turn it into freaking hamburger with a bunch of buckshot. Good luck. Even if the 2 3/4 shells are not enough, I could go out and get myself some 3-inch shells. And dude, 3-inch 12-gauge shotgun shells at point-blank range, that should be able to handle literally anything that I come across. Now, there is one critter that I have no idea what it is that I would do if that thing decided to come at me. I thought that I was crazy whenever I saw this, but I was actually talking with Mississippi Milsurp, the other YouTube channeler that I'm doing this collab with, and apparently he's also got experience with them. But I remember I was walking down the road one night, this was years ago, and I was out in basically the middle of the woods. And I was walking down a concrete road or an asphalt road, and there was nothing around me. Well, it was nighttime, sunset had just come down, and I hear something beside me. I look beside me, and there is this creature. It's humanoid. It looks humanoid. It's got no hair on it. It looks like a hunchback humanoid. That's exactly what it looks like. Hunchback humanoid. It had pointy ears. It looked right at me, and then it walked behind a really skinny tree. And whenever it walked behind that skinny tree, it disappeared as it walked behind that tree. And Mississippi Milsurp tells me that I saw something called a hide behind. And I have no idea what I would use to defend myself against something like that. Like, we're talking something that apparently can go between dimensions. Because I literally saw it walk behind a tree and then disappear. And it, like, vanished behind a tree that it would not be able to hide behind. It just kind of turned invisible. And that was it. So I'm clueless with that one. If that thing decided to itself it wanted to cause trouble for me, I don't care what I'm armed with. Something that can like morph through dimensions like that, I'm clueless about. So in that particular case, I'd probably try going with the salts because, well, that's the only thing that I could think of to actually be able to be effective against something like that. So like, I'm sure you guys have noticed, my lack of knowledge whenever it comes to certain things like that right there is probably going to end up being my downfall because I don't care what kind of shotgun shells I have. If I don't have the means to be effectively capable against something like that, then what else am I supposed to do? However, for the things that I do feel confident with, like, say, Bigfoot with some slugs, I feel like this right here would be able to take him down. Or if I had a werewolf coming at me, load one of these up with some silver, or a vampire, get one of these shotgun slugs with a wood tip on it, or something like that. Just the versatility of the cartridge really leans me into wanting to pick a shotgun to be able to defend myself against these funky monsters that decide to come after me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully my other collaborators enjoyed watching me talk about the really good idea of using a shotgun against these things. We're not talking about going against people. We're not talking about using a firearm in a combat situation or survivalist situation. We're not talking about long-term stuff. We're talking about, hey, guess what? Bigfoot is upset and he's coming at you. What do you want to be able to get him off of you? And I would probably go with a shotgun. If I could manage a 10 gauge shotgun that is pump action and holds a significant amount of cartridges, then that's what I would go with. But otherwise, I would probably take the 12 gauge because 12 gauge is still pretty gosh darn powerful. I don't know if it's powerful enough to take out Bigfoot, but I do know it's powerful enough to take out some pretty significant animals that we have well known and well documented here on Earth versus something like Bigfoot, which is a little bit on the questionable side. I'm not sure how much damage Bigfoot can take before he goes down, but I'm fairly well confident that a couple of slugs right to the face should take out Bigfoot. So thanks for watching, folks. Go check out everyone else's videos in the links down below. If there's anyone that I missed, then I will still include their YouTube channel down below. So it might not just be the YouTube channels that I have already claimed, so just go look and see who all is there if you want to see more content about this particular subject and their videos as well. So thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. Shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.